You think reflection should have strawberries? No. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure of the meta-narrative point as to why reflection has no strawberries. In my opinion, there's two reasons why reflection has no strawberries. First, most importantly, you fell down the mountain, like it's over. You're not actually looking for berries anymore. It's like more like you're supposed to feel like Madeline just gave up. Like you fell down the mountain, there's nothing else to do now. Like why would you be collecting berries if you're not going to make a pie with it, right? It's so over. Like it's like yeah, you can't even see the berries there in a way, right? You can't even see anything good to look at, anything to enjoy, or just it's hard to like put the effort into it or something, I would say. And you have just one go at the end. You're fighting Madeline and you just have the one go of improving yourself in a way. I don't know. It's good because Betty got them already. True. And the second point, I think it could also be for the player to doubt themselves, for the player to go like, wait, where's the berries? Wait, I thought I'm looking for the berries. There's like so many paths. Would there be a berry in this alternate path? There are two paths right now. I'm going to have to choose one, and then you take the path, door closes behind you. What if there's berry in the other path, but I missed it? What if there's berry on the other path, and it makes you reflect on it? Wow. I'm not entirely sure. There definitely is a good reason for no berries in reflection, but I have not seen a developer answer for that. Probably, if you look at the FAQ, if you look at the Discord, you can maybe find an answer. Can't believe you make that joke. It's not really a joke. It's not really a joke. Like I'm actually kind of serious. Like chapter 6 reflection is not just about like that's not the only thing you reflect in chapter 6. It's all about reflection. Everything in chapter 6 is about reflection. The start of the chapter, you're reflecting with Theo. The heart, you're literally doing a reflection of the dash code. There's a sequence where you reflect, where you see a reflection in a rock, right? There's, and you know, like you're reflecting about yourself with Granny, and confronting yourself is a way of reflecting yourself, right? Reflection is the theme of Celeste. Reflection is the most important thing of Celeste. And I think, like, it's not a pun, I'm not making a joke. I think, like, you thinking about the berries, it makes you go, like, it makes you take your thoughts away from the berries. It makes you not take your thoughts away, but makes you, like, just think about it for a little bit, right? Like, it makes you ponder. It makes you reflect. There's the mirror temple. What are mirrors for? Right? Reflection is the theme of Celeste. The berries always felt completely optional. Lore-wise, like Maddie came to climb a mountain, not pick berries. I disagree. My internal lore for reflection is Maddie's 100% focus on herself, and that's it. All reasons for exploration is low at that moment. Kind of, yeah. Heard that there are no berries because we can finish the chapter with a different way, but I'm not sure about that. That could be another reason. But also, why can you finish the chapter so many different ways, right? They could have just simply not put the berries in the alternate paths and just put the berries in the mandatory paths, right? If they wanted. It's not like you need more berries in chapter 6 than you need in chapter 5. My theory is strawberries don't grow in reflection because on the surface. No, I think that goes against like the point of the game. Like the game is deeper than that. The game like has more reasons for stuff. This game, it goes deep, actually. Like it's simple. It's very simple to understand and very simple on the surface. But I think a lot that went into the game was thought about. By the way, Yarop, welcome, by the way. That is interesting what you put, by the way, Yarop. Hello, Monado. How do you hold the controller so it doesn't get tiring after for the hand for a while? I put it in my lap usually. Yeah, I only use one hand for the controller. Yeah. So true, Presto. Another question, why are the berries alive and why do they squeak at you? Madeline's a carnivore actually. And a hunter-gatherer. She has hunter-gatherer instincts. That's why. It's all about the hunter-gatherer instincts. That I think is just gameplay-wise. That is just to make the game more alive and make the game more colorful and bright and cute, right? I don't think there's a deeper reason for that. Berries are cute. Yes, berries are very cute. I think we did we remove the command? I think we removed the command. Pants. It's an interesting clip, but I don't know if he needs a command for that clip. What's the command? It was a clip, a funny clip. You remember? And yeah, Celeste Mountain is a supernatural place, of course, canonically, you're right. Was it that one? Yes, that one. Where does Rossi keep all the berries? Maybe I can find where I did hear that, but I watched too many videos about Celeste this last time. It was a French video, but I don't know which one. A video about what? About why the berries squeak and are alive? So let's think about, okay, so to answer that, let's think about what the berries signify in Celeste. They signify the effort that you put into something and how much you enjoy your travels, how much you enjoy the time spent doing the thing without just trying to reach for an objective. They signify the journey, right? In my opinion, we can see that watching the pie endings, and especially the granny's reaction, right? Granny says that you're like, it beats, it's also about just gaming, right? It's also just also about video gaming. So Granny says your baking can rival my own. Granny is also a baker, right? She's not just a mountain climber like Madeline, she's also a baker. And it's like when you put two and two together, you see that there's a parallel between these things. Just climbing the mountain and just climbing and collecting the berries, they are the same thing. But if you focus on only climbing the mountain, you might be thinking too much about reaching to the top without enjoying the things and the way, the journey, right? And this is why also, spoilers for Pharaoh Golden, this is also why there is the Pico 8 flag in Farewell. It's kind of a way to say, look, it's not a big deal. Reaching the top is not that big of a deal. Like, you're supposed to enjoy what you're doing now, not just reaching the top. Otherwise, what do you get? You get a little tiny flag. It's the same thing. The tiny flag at the end of Farewell Golden is the same thing that you get at the end of Chapter 7. You get a nice view. That's it. You get a nice view. You get... There's nothing. You don't earn anything. You don't get anything from climbing the mountain. It's about actually climbing. It's not about reaching the top. Celeste doesn't end in Chapter 7. Celeste ends in Chapter 6. Madeline is not happy because of Chapter 7. Madeline is happy because of Chapter 6. That's when she learned to love herself. And I'm not making this up. Madeline says so. Madeline literally says so. Madeline says, what if we don't make it to the climb? What if you don't finish the climb? Then I would be okay. It would be okay. I would go home and it would be fine. We can try again later. I would still be happy, even if I didn't finish climbing the mountain, is what Madeline says to Madeline, right? The game's happy ending is not after Chapter 7. The game's happy ending is after Chapter 6, is my theory. Celeste doesn't end in Chapter 7. It ends in Chapter 6. Not literally, right? What comes, the achievements, the accomplishments, the good things, they come later. First, you need to love yourself. First, you need to accept yourself. It was never about climbing the mountain. It was about loving yourself. And the berries, they are a meta level of this. It's not about getting all the berries. At the same time, it's paradoxical, right? It's about enjoying what you're doing, enjoying to play the game. If you enjoy playing a video game, you're going to get all the collectibles naturally, not just because you want the achievement, right? Which is also part of why the Goldens have no achievements, right? That's my opinion, though. And also because you get a funny 1,000 points, maybe. Though a lot of people will play the game for achievements, right? And that they do have achievements for that. So maybe, like, so some people will, like, impress your friends, right? They would do that to impress your friends, in a way, right? And it's funny, because impressing your friends is a joke, too. That is also a cheeky little joke. When you're collecting the berries to impress your friends, you're not impressing your real-life friends. Because at the start of the game, it says, get the berries to impress your friends, but you don't have any friends. You don't have any friends inside the game at that point. You've only met Theo. And it says, yeah, collect the berries if you want to impress your friends. So the game is trying to say, yeah, you will impress your real-life friends if you collect the berries, right? But in fact, you're impressing your in-game friends. You're impressing Theo, Granny, Oshiro, and Madeline. But the Goldens have no one inside the game to impress. The Goldens will impress your real-life friends, right? And that's what people do. That takes the metaphor of the berries even further, in my opinion. How you doing, Ghost, by the way? I noticed you earlier, but I was really focused on the topic. Storing the berries. Shut up. You're not going to store the berries to love yourself. You're not going to store the berries to love yourself. You're not going to store the berries to love yourself. Not impress your friends because you don't have any friends. That was such a quote, actually. Just had a burger, now I'm chunk. True. Oh my gosh, I wish I had a burger. I never realized that. That's so cool. Yes, I actually I actually said this to Maddie during her stream, and she chuckled. She was like, someone gets it. I said, yeah, okay, so the berries will impress your game friends, but the golden berries will impress your real life friends. And she like chuckled. It was cute. I feel like Celeste never is written and makes sense in each player, very obvious but distinct ways. I agree. Everything I said is up to it's my interpretation, and Hamper, because Hamper agrees with me, and that is what I interpret. That can be entirely different. That can be explained in very different ways. I think I think that's what it is though for me, and the game makes sense in many other ways. So for example, how Maddie said that Celeste is painfully obviously a trans story, right? For me it's not necessarily, but for her it was. For me it can be something else entirely because I'm not trans. But it's still relatable. It's still a story that makes sense to me. And you don't have to say that it's a trans story. You don't have to say that it's a story about, I don't know, personal video game achievements, life growth. It's a story about climbing a mountain. And that can mean so many things, right? That is a big metaphor. My friends weren't that impressed when you collect berries in Celeste. But maybe when you collect the Goldens, they will. Tell me who isn't impressed about for a Feral Golden, right? A Feral Golden is very impressive. Even for me. I'm still hype, right? When somebody gets a Feral Golden, I'm still hype. Like when one of my friends, like if I just like see a stream, oh my gosh, person is doing Feral Golden, let's watch. That's cool. About overcoming adversity, yeah. Okay, I forgot. Okay, I think this is fast enough, right? Like you don't need to actually go too fast here. Yeah, you don't need to actually go too fast here. Like as long as you make it to the cycle, you're going as fast as you can. Yeah, right, Hamper? Oh, okay. Sadly, my friends wouldn't give two shits about golden berries. I'm your friend in real life. I would care. Okay? I would care. Oh yeah, I actually practice all of this. I forgot. Or maybe your friends will say congrats, they'll do two deathless, smiley face. Yeah, maybe they'll do that actually. Never mind. I am your friend? What the heck do you mean by that? Am I not your friend, Glorfox? What the heck? Nah, da, da, da. Did you enjoy that talk, guys? And you can see I really love this game. I really love this game. Sometimes I feel like I need something deeper. Sometimes I feel like I've never got something that hits me really hard. But Celeste gets close. Or maybe it does do that. I just doubt my own feelings a lot. Your local friends wouldn't care. Okay, can I be your local friend? So that they would care? Celestial Moon, thanks for the follow. Hi, okay, Insta Hyper, Bunny Hop. This, Diagonal, and then Ultra. Hello, Samurai Master, welcome. Move to the States. I will not actually. Wait, coming in? This? Bunny Hop? Oh, Hyper. Okay. I can do a demo Hyper too. Not that it's necessary, but yeah, you can miss if you do that. Okay, that's good enough. It hits the strat once. Yeah, that's good enough. Seriously. Hello, Pendex Lotto. Good luck. Thank you. I'm practicing. That can happen. That can happen. I need a visual cue for that. Okay, maybe the middle of that opening. No, but it's before the middle of that. Do I need to do a neutral? No, it's not a neutral. Watch again? Yeah, okay, so the head is lined up like there. Can still make it. A little bit difficult. You just need to like actually be holding the other direction. Okay, you can't just hold right doing the spike jump. Sorry, the corner jump. Cool. I'm actually surprised because it said relate to Ashura much more than to Madeline, but that speech was definitely sophisticated. Yeah. So I'm not saying I don't relate to Madeline. I think the story of Celeste is very relatable in general, right? But I relate to Ashura because Ashura is like what will happen if Madeline didn't accept herself. Not if she failed to climb the mountain. I think I said in the past. I think I said that Ashura would be Madeline if she didn't climb the mountain, but no. Ashura is Madeline if she maybe, I don't know, got lost in the temple, for example. Not necessarily that, but like if she let their demons consume herself, right? I definitely didn't do that. And in a lot of ways, I've gotten to the point where I'm Oshiro'd. They're very different. I think not that different. I think, like, of course, they're very different people, of course, with very different personalities. But what I mean is that their struggles, their self-doubt, they can be compared. They can be like you can understand that Oshiro is suffering from a similar thing as the Madeline is, with all the self-doubt, with all of the, as in like quote unquote the voices, not necessarily literally the voices, but like the intrusive thoughts, the stuff that is being said to him. This is also why Oshiro does not differentiate when Madeline says something and not Madeline. Madeline says something, Oshiro gets angry at Madeline. They are one and the same to him, right? The same way that he is one and the same with all of the voices that are speaking in his head. And there are many voices speaking in Oshiro's head, right? Oshiro is not just talking to himself. He is talking to himself. He is talking to a lot of different voices in his head. There's a lot of things going on in his head. Like there's too much. He lives too much in his head, in a bad way, the same way that Madeline does. Papin, hi Papin. Why did I climb jump? Pop in. Pop in. Let me show you something. This screen. How did you do this screen? This screen is the one that's supposed to teach you. Oh, did you do this maybe? Maybe you've done this. This screen is supposed to like do this kind of. How then would be how would then Granny be how Madeline might become after reflection? Yeah. Granny knows what she's talking about. Madeline is like Granny too. Right? All the characters relate a lot to each other in that sense. Like at least in this whole climbing thing, right? And Granny says how Madeline reminds her of herself. Granny does say that they are very similar, that they're like they're similar people, right? Granny would also become angry at herself probably. Like her wiseness, how wise she is not for nothing, is not for no reason. Okay, so here, you wanna climb jump? You don't call me Granny for nothing. But yeah, climb jump. 1, 2. This. Okay, I think I remember this one. I didn't have to do that. Come on. We need to pay more attention to the background. No, that's not actually it. I can't imagine how could she once also has been like Madeline. People change, right? It doesn't mean that they are the same in some ways. Like it's not like they're the same in every aspect. You can see that when she was young, she doesn't look like Madeline. I mean, in the way that she acts, she's always like super confident. We don't see that much about her young. We only see like one picture, right? Madeline is not that confident. It's not that like smileful like that. Like she doesn't smile with her mouth open like Granny. But in that regard, they are similar with the stubbornness maybe. It's also possible. Theo says that and remember, Granny and Carlos, Theo's grandpa, have climbed the mountain together, and they never tell Theo what happened during their climb. They never tell Theo that like all of the big things that happened. We don't know, right? And I don't know if it's Madeline or Theo that say that their experience was probably not as violent as theirs. So with that, I think that Madeline's experience was the most violent that we see. Because she has so many inner struggles. And we know the Madeline is like full of doubt and everything, right? About dash being a mechanic, it's never explained, right? It's never addressed in any way. It's addressed in one. So dash being a mechanic is only addressed, I would say, if you're generous twice in the game, right? If not 3 times. If you're super generous, it's addressed 3 times. The first one is when we clearly see Theo not being able to dash. When we see Theo just like falling and just like from a little height and hurting himself. I don't know if that's a way of addressing dash. I would say, like, if you're just being super generous, you could maybe gather some meaning from that. What meaning, I don't know, but it's something that makes you raise an eyebrow when Theo just like falls from a small height. Like, why did that happen, right? Small height and he fell and hurt himself. I don't know. The second time is in core when Granny says that the mountain power is affecting you differently and Madeline notices, right? So we know that the dash is no, we have a theory, right? We can gather from this that the dash is probably because of the mountain power, especially because in prologue you're not able to dash, and once you start climbing the mountain, at some point you start being able to dash. And the third time, I would say, is when when Madeline says in farewell that the bird watches over her, right? That the bird was always watching her, just like Granny was watching her. I think that has some relation to what the bird does. Because while Granny actually watches over Madeline, like, Granny was following Madeline, probably. Like, she was probably watching from afar. This is why we see Granny in chapter 4 and 6, when they are like very different points, right? Granny knows how to climb. She knows shortcuts. She knows everything about the mountain, right? So we see Granny a lot. And we also see the bird a lot. And the bird, every time we see him, it's trying to teach you something. It's trying to show you something. No, most of the time. Not every time. But like, at least in the B-sides and the C-sides, the bird is trying to show you something. And like in chapter 1, it's the tutorial bird. That much is true. The bird is watching over Madeline, right? So true, pants. I don't know about something being a dream because there are dream blocks in it. Okay. I thought about that. I think that is just because of game. It's just game. Like, of course, these more gamey things, we can all sum it up. We could be overthinking, right? Everything that we just say, we could be overthinking everything. At the end of the day, it is a game. It's just a game. We want the game to be fun. We want it to feel cool. There are dream blocks in chapter 2 of Summit because it is the main mechanic of chapter 2 where you are dreaming. We want it to feel cool. I don't think Summit is a dream. Not a physical dream, a metaphorical dream, maybe. Hi, Align.
Hoi hoi, you Tilda.
Oh my gosh, Slime Rancher. I'm gonna play more Slime Rancher tomorrow.
Slime gems.
I'm gonna play more Slime Rancher tomorrow, Align. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Align. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hello, Senator Armstrong. It's probably just for gameplay. You're going to try Slime Rancher? I played it the other week, Align. I'm going somebody redeemed it. Align, so in case you don't know, like every tier 3 sub can request games on Sundays. So every Sunday I play games redeemed by tier 3 subs. And Slime Rancher was picked by one tier 3 sub the other week. The devs were met with 2 choices. 1, have chapter 7 have no dream block, which would be lame. 2, have Summit be a dream, which would make the ending less meaningful. 3, have a loophole, which doesn't matter such. Right. They could also make a lore reason for that, but that would slow down the pace of the game. That wouldn't fit with everything else about the game. It wouldn't be so cool. So they just decide to ignore it. And maybe be decided as a loophole. Maybe it could be something else. And that doesn't really matter, right? I agree. It doesn't really matter much. But in core, there's a woman with dream block. Yeah, and same reason as chapter 7, right? It's just to be cool. It's just to be cool. And it's only core B-side. Maybe she just dreamed him into reality. So Madeline is not sure that chapter 2 was really a dream, by the way. Like, it is. I would say it is, but some things are real, some things are not. Because Madeline comes out in a dream, right? Isn't that weird? How she comes out in a dream, but after that, she is real. That could be same with the dream blocks. They come out in a dream, but after that, they're real. That could be a thing. Same thing as Seekers. The Seeker also comes out in a dream, and after that, it's real. Right? It could be part of the power of the mountain. Because these things come out of the dream, they sometimes become real. That's my final answer, final explanation. I like the explanation. Nobody has definitely any foils to that explanation, right? Definitely not. That makes sense, doesn't it? There's no Seekers in chapter 7 because she doesn't get inside the mirror in chapter 7. She doesn't go inside the mirror in chapter 7. The Seekers are only there inside the mirror. And also, the Seekers, it's not super clear. I would say yes, though, that the Seekers are a product of Madeline. They are not 100%, not just Madeline, right? But it's probable that they are from, like, they are because Madeline is there. The Seekers did not activate with Theo, I would say. Not just because Theo is in the mirror. It could be. Maybe. Because Theo has something chasing him too. So we don't really know. And the Seeker statues exist without Madeline anyways. There's also a parallel with the mirror breaking. It's funny because the dream blocks also start existing in the inside the dream, but deactivated. Same thing as the Seekers. They start, they are there, they're static, they're a statue. They do nothing, they're deactivated, and once the mirror shatters, they activate. Is the sped running? We are talking about Celeste lore. We're talking about profound Celeste lore. But the Seekers are part of a Badline, and since chapter 7, she and Madeline working together and no Seekers chasing. That's not true. It's not, Badline specifically says that she's not doing that. Badline doesn't actually lie. Like, she looks evil, but she's not actually lying. She's saying doubts that are in her head. But Madeline thinks that it's just her subconscious. She thinks that it's an evil product. Like, she thinks it's something separate from her at some point. It takes a while for Madeline to realize, wait, Madeline is me. It takes a while, right? To click in. We have lore video with Moss back standards right now. So true. That would be interesting. Like, gather all these questions. So many questions about this. Theorizing crazily about Celeste. That would be cool. I am honestly, I am probably one of the people that have like looked over the Celeste lore a lot. You can see that I'm passionate about it. Don't grab. Would you like to make a Celeste video? If I could make videos, like if I could edit, like if I was good at that, I would love to. I already have topics that I would like to talk about in Celeste lore that I've already talked about on stream. I forgot the berry. And we are 1 hour 30 into the stream. I haven't even done new strats. Do other serial scenes that Medline already died in pro? Nah. That's just silly. There's no point. If I had the motivation to, I would make like so many Celeste videos. I have so many ideas, but I suffer with a lot of like depression and possible ADHD, right? It's really hard for me to do stuff outside of my comfort zone, outside of like things that like require effort, that require like a lot of time of learning. It's really hard for me to. Because I would need to learn to edit videos first, right? With quality. And I also hold myself like to high standards. I wouldn't like to like edit a video and put so much effort into it and then it's not good and then it's I don't know. There's like a lot of people that probably put a lot of expectations in me. I have over 20,000 subscribers on YouTube. And you make something that's just bad, right? This is also why I don't post videos that often. I rarely post videos, right? I only post golden highlights because that's what I did. I don't have any video essay. The closest that I have is like at the start of Expert Height Side. I have like a little thing that I explain, right? It's, oh no, I don't even use my voice here, right? It's just like some text. And this is agreeable. People can understand this. Especially if you sync it with the music. Da, da, next, da, da, next, next, da 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 da. See? It's fun. It's very little, but it is sync with the music. What else? Ivory, I have a little explanation I do at the start. I don't have anything in Grandmaster at high side, I think. I should have done something, but I wanted to just post it, so I just stitch it together. And let's see, for Drifting Deep, I have like a small clip at the start. It's just like, it's not super edited. This is technically savable. They just entered the... And I don't know how to edit well, right? If it's something that I'm doing, that already takes like 30 minutes. That like probably took 30 minutes for this 1 second because I had to learn how to do it, right? It's nothing. It's nothing. So having to learn a new skill just to post videos is difficult. I would post a lot of videos if I had the motivation to actually learn. And I do want to learn. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to be a video editor. We didn't have streamers back then. We had video. We did have YouTubers. But streamers were a later thing, right? So I was like, yeah, I want to edit videos. I want to make videos. I want it to be, I don't know. Or just to edit videos. Like one thing that I really liked doing was animating with claymation on Lego. I used to make Lego animations when I was a kid. Can you believe that? I was 10 years old making Lego animations. Oh my gosh, good times. That just looks so distant now. It looks like another reality. Life changed so much. It takes a bit to understand that we don't have all of the willpower that we want to. We can't actually control the things that we want. We can't actually do the things that we deeply want to every time. It takes a lot to be able to control yourself. When I was a kid, I thought that was silly. I thought that, you know, I would just do what I want. It's not that easy. You can't just do what you want because there are things that you want that you can't do. Because you don't feel the willpower to. Not because you're physically unable to, but psychologically unable to. One time I was learning coding in Java. I needed to connect my app I was making to a database. That took like a whole week. I got the hang of it. Every time I needed to, it took like 3 minutes. And I have a problem with learning. So I learn things and I forget them very easily. Unless I'm constantly practicing it. Constantly just doing the same thing over and over and over and over. I forget things. Which is why I should probably practice the other chapters too. And which is why learning speedrunning is so difficult. But at the same time, it was easy to learn to Lethless. I'm not gonna lie, it was... learning it was not the hard part. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on why. I could say, oh, because I was having more fun. I can't really say that. I really can't say that. And I wonder why. That is truly something I don't have the answer to. And if anybody wants to try theorizing why that felt much easier, then feel free to, because I don't know that about myself. I just know it did feel easier somehow. At least to practice it, right? Maybe it's because it was easier. Maybe it is the easier thing to do, right? It just looks harder for most people. Learning is hard, and that's where motivation is needed the most and where it's lost the most. It could also be because I like just repeating things without learning new things, right? Without learning new strats. And here, I have to actually step out of my comfort zone and learn to play in a way that I don't naturally do. But inside the game, when I was just playing it, I was just playing the way that I naturally did. I came up with most of my strats, except for the screens I really struggle with, where I did look up strats or ask for advice. But for majority of it, I was just playing. And by just playing, I got good at that. Maybe I should have started with any percent. Who knows? Maybe I should start by stop looking at the same section repeatedly without actually doing anything. Okay, okay. One part at a time. What do we do after this? This, ultra, dash, up, up. Okay. One part at a time. Come on. Something like this. Oh, it's not an instant. Okay, it's not instant. Climb, climb. Up, jump. Dash. Super. What's the hyper? Okay, seems like an instant super. Forgot to dash. Do you have a feeling like you have a lot of video ideas or just ideas you want to make videos about these ideas, and like you imagine in your mind how I want the video to look like and problems? I don't know how to make what I want because I don't know how to edit well enough. Yeah. That's one of the things I was talking about. The thing is that you can learn everything, right? We can learn everything, but you need the motivation to learn. So that is one way to put it, of course. Ticky Dippity, thanks for the follow. To me, it's pretty hard to do the same thing over and over again. Even if I love it, I just get super distracted. So I did actually get very distracted doing 2 to Deathless. And you can see, you can tell, right? Because I'm talking with chat all the time. Except when I'm really need to focus. And here I am distracted. You can see, I'm talking about a different topic all the time when I should be focusing on actually doing this correctly. Is that a wall jump there? Okay, wall jump. Then this. Like if I wasn't this distracted, I would have been like halfway through this chapter already. Damn. Something like this. Up. Oh, jump, jump, up. Bounce. Super, super. Learning can be fun. But how to make learning fun? Is the question. How to actually not make learning fun, but also how to have fun learning. Sometimes it is easily automatical to have fun learning. Sometimes it comes naturally, but to some people it doesn't. Learning with people is fun. It doesn't need to be with other people. Imagine the first time you're playing a video game. You are learning. every single thing, every single moment that you're playing a video game, you are doing the act of learning. The thing, had you fun learning Two Deathless? The thing is, I was learning at a very slow pace for Two Deathless. Like, it's not something worth $1,700. I have to say, I took over $1,700. It is a little bit inflated with like my first golden and stuff. It is not something worth $1,700. Let me just drink water. Imagine most people that play the game now, most speedrunners that play the game now, started doing 100% Two Deathless, and already added the time that they had for their first goldens in the game, right? They would not take $1,700 at all. How many did Clantis take? Probably, like, if you add all the goldens to the game, probably like less than 300 for 100 Deathless. And he almost got 2 as well, kind of. Hope your stream is going well. Thank you, Red. Learning isn't boring. Practicing is boring. That's an interesting take, yeah. Oh, I do need to fast fall here.